You put in the hours, you skip the vacations, and somehow the math still doesn't work out at the end of the month. Meanwhile, the top 0.1% seem to pull money out of thin air. The narrative we are usually sold is that they simply outwork us. But a new theory suggests their brains are actually operating on a completely different frequency. That theory is the driving force behind a viral program called Shifting Vibrations. It claims to use a 5,000-year-old Egyptian sound trick to flip your internal state toward financial abundance. The pitch traces its origins back to modern archaeoacoustics. Researchers studying the Great Pyramid of Giza suggest the building's geometry and materials make it a massive acoustic resonator. Take a look at the architecture of the King's Chamber. The specific dimensions and stone placements create a highly deliberate acoustic environment, one that amplifies certain sound frequencies to create intense reverberations. The room is lined with this exact material, quartz-rich rose granite. The ancient architects supposedly understood that this specific mineral composition could convert intense physical vibrations directly into electrical potential. So we have ancient architectural acoustics? But does listening to an audio track modeled after these pyramids actually generate wealth? Or is this just clever marketing masking a standard meditation MP3? The creators of Shifting Vibrations build their case on a historical event. In the 1930s, the international standard musical pitch was globally shifted to 440 Hz. According to the program's marketing, this standard 440 Hz tone is a money-blocking frequency. The claim states that modern background noise suppresses your pineal gland, leaving society in a perpetual state of stress and financial lack. This graphic breaks down the two distinct sides of this product. We are going to filter out the conspiracy theories and the promises of passive wealth on the left and focus entirely on the right side of this matrix, the scientific reality. We need to examine exactly what these audio frequencies do to human physiology, looking at measured brainwave and stress indicators. To figure out if this program is actually worth the $47 asking price, you have to completely ignore the idea that an audio file will magically deposit money into your bank account. We have to evaluate it strictly as a tool for nervous system regulation. Let's look at the financial trade-off. Shifting Vibrations requires a single, one-time payment of $47 for lifetime access to their digital library. That fee gets you 6 core audio tracks. This includes their flagship Golden Ratio for Abundance track, tuned to 432 Hz, and specialized nighttime audio, like Lucid Odyssey, meant to improve dream recall. Most mainstream mental wellness tools, like Calm or Headspace, lock you into monthly or annual subscription fees that compound into hundreds of dollars over time. The sales page frames this as a financial investment, but functionally, you are purchasing a curated Brainwave Entrainment toolkit. If you anchor your expectations in finding a low-cost, lifetime tool for mental wellness rather than a secret to passive income, the flat-fee pricing model is actually highly cost-effective. There is a strict behavioral trade-off to get any value out of this. You have to commit to listening for 5 to 10 minutes every single day, and you absolutely must use a pair of stereo headphones.
This diagram illustrates exactly why the headphones are non-negotiable. The tracks use binaural beats, meaning they play 2 slightly different frequencies into your left and right ears. Your brain processes the difference and creates a single, completely new internal frequency. This process forces your brain to sync with that new rhythm, dropping you down into a theta state between 4 and 8 Hz. Instead of spending years learning to actively meditate and quiet your thoughts, the audio physically pulls your brain into a state of deep relaxation. That shortcut comes with a catch. Because it relies on physical brainwave entrainment rather than a learned skill, skipping days breaks your momentum. You have to be incredibly consistent. If you are someone who gets frustrated trying to meditate because your mind won't shut off, this is a highly effective, low-friction solution, but only if you lock in that unbreakable daily habit. The entire system relies on those tracks being tuned to 432 Hz. When you look past the ancient Egyptian lore, there is actual clinical data backing this specific frequency. Controlled studies show that listening to music tuned to 432 Hz creates measurable physiological changes, directly causing a decrease in heart rate and a drop in blood pressure.
This graph highlights the most significant biological impact. Exposure to this frequency results in a steep quantitative drop in salivary cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. When you artificially suppress cortisol levels for a few minutes every day, the downstream effects are immediate. Users consistently document deeper sleep cycles and a sharp reduction in baseline anxiety. When your nervous system is trapped in a frantic state of survival and panic, you lack the mental bandwidth to spot opportunities or make high-level financial decisions. The program directly regulates your nervous system, providing the clear mental bandwidth and focus required to build abundance yourself. The marketing campaign surrounding shifting vibrations relies on heavy hyperbole. However, the audio tracks inside the program are functionally sound, scientifically backed tools for stress reduction. This flowchart matches the tool to your needs. Looking for a passive shortcut to fix financial problems without physical work? Skip it entirely. But if you're an overworked professional needing a fast biohack for brain recovery, this is exactly what you need. The return on investment completely depends on the lens you bring to it. It is a terrible financial investment, but an excellent health investment. To sum it up, you're trading $47 and 5 minutes of your morning for a scientifically plausible method to lower your cortisol, provided you can look past the heavy-handed marketing. The program is also backed by a strict 60-day money-back guarantee, processed directly through ClickBank, which entirely removes your financial risk if the tracks don't work for you. If you want to safely test the physiological benefits of these binaural beats on your own stress levels, I've linked the official discounted page in the description below. Have you ever experimented with frequency healing or used binaural beats to help you focus? Let me know what your experience was like down in the comments. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more objective, reality-based reviews on hyped products. I'll see you in the next one.